Howdy y'all. I know it's been a minute. Just had a lot of stuff going on. Not sure if any of it was worth recording or not, but what I'm working on today is an 84 Dodge Ram 50 Custom with a 2.6 liter Mitsubishi engine. That's one of the vehicles, and the other one is the Fordici. The 2.6 liter, I'm pretty sure it's got a blown head gasket. Like I'm 99.9% sure. It runs and drives, but my antifreeze is disappearing and it's not in the oil. And I pull the plugs out and it looks like it's burning antifreeze. So, pretty sure it definitely is. And it's not leaking anywhere, so it's got to be going somewhere. So it's got to be going out the exhaust. So I checked compression in it, and number one had 130 pounds of compression. Number two had like 110 pounds of compression. Number three had 90 pounds of compression. Number four had 130. So that tells me there's definitely an issue. So I'm going to take off the exhaust, the intake, the valve cover, and then see what I got to do, because I've never messed with them with a Mitsubishi engines before like this, and because they have that bunch of gears and chains and all that crap, you know, it's got to be set up right. So this is going to be my first time pulling a head off of something like this. I'm used to working on old school stuff, and even though this is old, it's not foreign. I don't know. American muscle mostly is what I work on. So that, and I'm going to give you a little trip around the Fordici engine to show you what I'm doing there. I got compression on one side of it now, so I will be showing you that. What are you looking at? I meant to push this button. There. He's just sitting there staring at me. What are you looking at? Not even bad enough. Oh. Yeah, I can't see very well, so I hit the wrong button on the phone. I turned it off instead of flipping the camera. Anyways, alright, that's where I'm at now, and I'm going to take you out there and around. Now, I don't know how this is going to sound, if wind is going to get in here or whatnot. I don't really know. It's kind of chilly, breezy day. But this is a little, my little beater mobile, 4-wheel drive. Great little thing out there in the sand. You know, it doesn't have a real windshield. It's got a piece of plastic for a windshield, you know. But overall, the body's pretty straight, and four-wheel drive works, and it does start and run. I got this for doing some work for my brother, and he's giving me this in exchange for doing some work on one of his other cars. The only thing I've done to it so far is kept putting water in the radiator because it kept disappearing, and changed the carburetor. It was on here. I put a Ford V8 carburetor on here, 302 carburetor, and that's the only thing that I've done so far to it. It definitely needs an oil change and whatnot, which will all happen after I get the head gasket changed. So what I got to do is, I guess, figure out, the exhaust should be pretty easy to get off as long as I don't snap any of the bolts off trying to get it off. That's all pretty straightforward, so I guess it'll be the exhaust that I take off first. It's got a header on it, long tube header for it. Somebody put a little bit of money in this engine. Little 3-speed automatic, but it works great in sand. I've already taken it out in the desert. Never got stuck once. Won't go up some hills, but it'll back right back down them so it doesn't get stuck. So that's what I'm going to do anyways. Alright, it's probably going to get loud. if I can get the right size socket here. Yep. Maybe I should have got a shorter extension. Yep. Go grab a shorter extension. And I'm back with a shorter extension. Oh, that's 12 point. What the heck? Ooh, scaring myself there. Let's see. Ain't gonna work on that one either. It's two different size. And that's a different size. And this one. Washer off. Come on, washer. There. Gotcha. So I still got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to get off that are gonna take probably, since that's a 12 point, the other ones are 6 points. I'm not too sure. They must have had put different sizes on them, apparently. Okay, back with the 12 and the 13. Let's try this. I think this one was still the same size by looks. Yep. It's not gonna be easy to get in there and get it. Oh, so come on backwards. What the heck? Oh, my ratchet's bad. On the end of my thing, it's tripped out. Oh man, the teeth are gone. Well, let's go to this 12. So like this one here, if I can get in there at all. Yep, that's what it is. 12. Wow. Alright, this ratchet's already ruined. Will it go on there? No. Because it's too thick. Oh, yeah, I got it on. Yeah, there's one bolt down. Maybe. Yep, one more down. Let's see. It's not really going on there. It's going on that one though. Yeah, that one's all loose. Gives me that one off. Help. Still got 2 to go. That one's going to take a 12mm socket to get in the back. This one here is still 13, but I need a regular 13 wrench on there. I don't think I can get a socket on that, not even with the swivel. Maybe with a 1/4 inch and shallow, but 1/4 inch ratchet and shallow, but that's probably about it. Alright. Okay, I'm back with a few more things to try. Wrench is down first. go with this 12mm socket to try to get that back bulge. Let's see. Oops. Yep. Ooh. Come on out of there. Ah, you were out for a second. There. Oh man, I just rolled down behind the carburetor. What luck. Ah, can I get that washer off? Yep, I got the washer off. Don't worry about that one in a minute. I'm going to see if I can get a 1/2 inch on this bottom one down here. If I can. Yeah, I got it on there. Once the clutch is done, ain't gonna be much stuff. I get it. If I can get it by fingers. Yeah, maybe I should have set a 1/4 inch rack for this. I would have been 18 inch shallow. What was that? That's my coffee just fell off. Washer. Boom. Oh, that one's still got the thing on it here, the ground. The ground right on the fire, I guess. Alright, that should be all of them. Yep, there's the exhaust off. See that or not? That is pretty gnarly. That is dirty, dirty, dirty. Filled with all kinds of crud. Let's get this out of the way. So, this is what we are looking at. It looks like we got one bolt down here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm guessing these right here too, 7, 8. Oops, I'm showing the camera in the wrong place. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Looks like 13 bolts, I'm assuming, to remove the head, but we got the overhead cam up here. Oh, that is weird how that fuel pump comes in. Let me see if I can see that, how it comes right in that little slot and goes over to the cab. That is kind of weird. And it rides right there. I don't know if you can, let me see. Yeah. Am I looking at the wrong spot? Right there's the front. Then these two, and it's right there. Yeah, that's right there where the fuel pump is riding on the cam. got these weird bends that go in between the bolts and stuff. Wow. Would make you think you'd almost have to have the valve cover off to put the fuel pump on. Somebody put a new fuel pump on this. Huh. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to actually check the timing on this too. It's weird because I don't know if you'll even be able to see it, but let me see if I can get, see, I can see it with my eyes. But right down there, there is little notches anyways, right on that back cover. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get in there somewhere in order to see it, but it's not looking like it. But there is little notches right back in there, and but there's a belt that rides up against them. So unless the timing mark is supposed to be on a V belt, which would make no sense at all, instead of there being like a regular harmonic balancer, there's a V belt right up against them. A V belt that comes over here to this smog pump. Oh no, power steering pump, sorry. Brain's off thinking about other crap. Anyways, the power steering pump. Old power steering pump. But it still works. This is just supposed to be a beater, a little daily. It's good on fuel, and it is really good on fuel. What to do? I guess this belt's gonna have to come off, and the distributor goes right into the head there. That's gonna have to come out, and how the dickens do you get this off if it's on the chain? That chain does not look like it's in the best of health either. It's kind of loose. I'll have to check the inside tensioners on it and see what kind of tensioner it has. This is going to be a much bigger job than I thought, just to change the head gasket. Wow. Alright, I guess I should get to tearing stuff out of it and see what... I'm probably going to tear out a lot more stuff than what I actually had to tear out, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Guess I'll figure it out along the way. That's how we learn. Wow, I can't get that plug wire off. That one came off. That one came off, but this one will not. Down there. Ah, wow. Really? I guess I'll be doing a wire repair on that one. Oil here. They look like they're brand new wires too, somebody replaced. Vacuum vents disconnected. It does look like there was water getting in the oil, even though it doesn't show it on the dipstick. That sludge I don't even know if you can see it, but that sludge right here, it's still tacky. Seems like the oil's good, but it's filled with some kind of sludge. Looks like water mixture on an antifreeze, I'm guessing. Alright. We got a broken plug wire. I'm going to stick this piece inside the truck. Now, this is actually pretty clever. It's a heat shield and a gasket, multi-layered gasket, all in one. And I'm wondering if there's actually supposed to be two of them like this, or is there only actually supposed to be one? I'll have to look up online and see what a exhaust manifold gasket kit looks like. Maybe there was only ever supposed to be one and someone just slapped two of them on here for the heck of it. I don't know. Doesn't really look like it was leaking anywhere. Maybe right here, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think the exhaust was leaking manifold at all. Doesn't look that bad. Put this in the truck. Okay, this does not appear to have any kind of adjustment on the belt here. Let me see, am I even looking over there so you can see? Probably not. Trying to find a way to fit this camera. Alright, I'll just hold it here for a second and show you what I'm going to do. This normally what I think would be a spring activated tensioner. I mean, it looks like it's one, but it doesn't move at all. It doesn't even budge. So I don't see any place to lock onto it except for the nut on the front, but I wouldn't want to mess with that little thin thing. Never know, I'd probably snap it off. And there's one big one on the back, but what I'm going to do is just take off these three, 1, 2, 3 to this bracket, and then that way I could just slide the bracket back up on, line it up with the bolt holes and screw it in. It should be nice and tight again, and I won't have to mess with anything. Alright, and it's off. Don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but the thermostat housing, the bottom part of it, is built into the intake. So I'm actually going to have to take the thermostat housing, disconnect that as well. That'll make it easier so I can get into the bolts for the fuel pump as well. Weird crap. Weird, this whole car is weird. This is supposed to be a Dodge, an American car, and it's got a 2.6 liter Mitsubishi engine from Japan in it. They do stuff a little different over there, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I just have to figure it out along the way. They must have little hands or something. So I don't know how they got in here to get some of this stuff. It's crazy. At least I got one American thing on here. Ford carburetor. If it's even American, who knows? Maybe that's from Japan too. Anyways, not that there's anything wrong with that. I just prefer American-made stuff. My own personal preference. And yes, I know not everything that's American-made is great. You don't have to tell me. Alright, well, I guess the next step is going to be pulling this little rubber plug here. So I'm assuming that I'm going to have to take this bolt out. Okay. And I'm guessing once I take this bolt out, that this whole set will slide on this shaft And I'll have to disconnect all these and pick these up and slide them out and backwards. Or the cam out and backwards. It should slide up and out of this gear and chain. Which, man, I hope nothing falls down inside there. Actually, it's gonna have to fall down in there. I can't have any choice. Because I actually got to take that gear off of that chain. It's a double roller timing set. That's pretty nice. Man, I hope I don't have to tear the whole front of this engine off too. I'm guessing if it doesn't, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, this is a much bigger job than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be more than one day, fellas. Sorry. So you ain't going to be getting this video right away. Alright, y'all, I'm back in the garage real quick to give you an update on this. I got all the rockers back out of it and all the studs. I ended up breaking 3 of the studs and ordering a new set of studs for the roller rockers. And the only way I could get them out of there, because I tried everything. I tried the slap hammer with the claws on it. I tried the 2 claws. I tried let's see. This I was gonna try, but this is too wide to fit between the push rod and the roller rocker, so that wouldn't work. And then I tried this hammer, and it would not work. And I tried these claws, both sides, the small side of the claws and the bigger side. Tried them both, made them long, made them short, did everything I could. It could not get on those roller rockers to pull it off. And the Camus roller rocker puller was garbage, unfortunately. Maybe I just got a bad one, I don't know. But look at that, really cheap metal. And it just snapped. Oh, I can't get a good picture of it, no matter what I do. Let's try to, man, it's gonna be blurry. This camera is not supposed to do that. This is an 8K camera. Maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe you guys will be able to see it. Oh wait, I can see it. Right there. Yeah, anyways, it just bent and snapped. So that thing did not work, unfortunately. At least not for these roller rockers. Those suckers were pressed on. As a matter of fact, they're still in there. I ended up getting them off by unscrewing them out of the head. They're still pressed in. I got to actually put them on my press. However, I did break 3 of these studs off right inside the head, but they already had them. I already had them loose, so I actually screwed them out with fingertip. I can see right there. These were Speedmaster rocker studs, which I pre-ordered another set because I can't afford the ARP ones. Wish I could, but that stuff's just expensive. But I got compression now on all the cylinders on that side, which is awesome. When we had no compression at all, so that's because they were pressing them down too far. Yeah, I was reading that, and I watched a couple videos that with extra large, with large cams, which is what this has, is a massive mother thumper cam in it. You're not supposed to put preload onto it, or next to none. Which I don't know why. I guess it's. But anyways, that's what I've read and heard, and we put a half a turn of preload on it. So what I'm going to do this time is just tighten them down to where they're touching, and that's it. I'm not going to put an actual preload on it. And that way I know that it won't be holding the, even if there's a little, and if there ends up being a little bit of a rattle, you know, we can always pop the valve covers off and give it a tiny little millimeter twist, you know, on whichever one is making the noise, if we need to. But I'm hoping I'm gonna get them just right the first time. We'll see. I don't know. You know, building performance engines is a lot of technical stuff, and my brain just isn't there for that. But I do my best, so we'll see. Alright, I got the carburetor off, and the first two bolts off of the thermostat housing / intake. And now I got to figure out how to get that bolt off the fuel pump down there. I got this one off on this side. No, I can't. My eyes suck. Man, I cannot see crap. Look at the thermostat. There it is. I see it hot. Yeah, see, that was missing. It's out. So we got to get the other fuel pump bolt, move the fuel pump. Then I should be able to just zip all these out, these intake bolts out, at least the top set. Get into the bottom set's a whole nother story. Can't even see it in there as I can't through the camera, so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that one down there is a bottom intake bolt. Right down between that hose and there. And the carburetor mounting plate is in the front of that one. So I'm not really sure how to get that one out yet. Might be able to do little tiny turns with a ratchet wrench. Or go from underneath somehow, which I don't see how. But it looks like with swivels and swivel I could get in there and get those. Then I'll have the intake off. We'll go from there. I'll probably try to get the intake off, and that's all I'm going to do for today.